Hello. Now, I've been watching Governor Newsom talk about running for president, and he feels some type of way about Donald Trump deporting Mexicans. Now, let's talk about that. Weren't you the same person, Governor Newsom, weren't you the same person that voted for Barack Obama because he was going to deport Mexicans too? Now, that was the black man's great black hope to try to get rid of the Mexicans. So all these black people who voted for Barack Obama to get rid of the Mexicans. Now you have this great white hope, who was voted in by white people to deport the Mexicans, like black and white people taking turns, getting rid of our people, our indigenous people from our motherland, not their motherland. Not a black man's motherland, not a white man's motherland, not a Chinese man's motherland. The Mexicans and the indigenous people. This is our motherland. Now, we don't need Republicans or Democrats to represent us, because Democrats and Republicans take turns fucking us. So some of you people say, like, oh, where's all the love? The Mexicans weren't loving us and blah, blah, blah. And you were. You were happy that Barack Obama was deporting Mexicans. And Barack Obama deported more people, more Mexicans, than any other president. Now, Donald Trump just wants to outdo Barack Obama. And the same black people that voted to have the Mexicans deported through Obama are the same black people who voted for Donald Trump to deport the Mexicans. See, the truth doesn't sin. It just makes people shift in their seat. So if the shoe fits, wear it and tighten it up, Now, we have a large Afro-Mexican community. And they are not on African-American side. Yeah, I've watched videos when Barack Obama was president, and then black people going down to Mexico and trying to tell them that they were like American black people. But yet when it comes to the N-word, you feel some type of way about even Afro-Mexicans saying the N-word. So you try to go over there and preach your fucking bullshit racism to the black people in Mexico. You see how that worked out? Now some of you are like mad at some of these people some of the black people that are supporting the Mexicans. Well, because, the Mexicans did march alongside of you at the BLM. But then you're trying to say that it was only for their benefit. No. Because you voted for Barack Obama, or for Joe Biden, because he had a black woman as vice president. And so Biden deported people like a motherfucker just alongside Barack Obama. Did they stop deporting Mexicans once Obama came into office? No. You know, they just helped. You know. So anyhow, you could keep saying all this and all that, like however you want it. It doesn't make a difference to me. But we don't need Democrats or Republicans to represent us because we already see what you're all about. You know, Democrats was hijacked by the black people. The Republicans completely stepped away from the Democrat because they allowed black people to vote. So generally, you've been saying for the longest time that you vote Democrat because of whatever this and that. So, you just keep trying to make issues like even the N-word. And I say it again. If Mexicans are not allowed to say the N-word, don't say it to them. Because nobody gave you a free pass to just start calling Mexicans the N-word. Where do you get off thinking that you have a free pass calling the Mexicans the N-word? You don't. Right? So you said that you chose the N-word because you wanted to say it amongst yourselves. That it was from a black man to a black man. So, like I said, what gives you the right to call a Mexican the N-word? We never gave you a free pass on that. But just as well, we accepted it, and you can't accept us. It's all right if you're afraid. You may sit there and think, we got too many black people, and if we were to rise up, you already tried to do that. You already tried to do that with Barack Obama, and you saw how that worked out. Now you're over here joining the white man's side to do the same thing, and you see how that's working out. You know? So don't sit there and feel that you're something special. Because this is our motherland. This isn't Africa, and this isn't Europe. And we're taking back what's ours, one way or the other. One way or the other, we're taking back what's ours. You know? Here's the thing, you know, if you do want to march alongside with us, just like we did at the BLM, no harm, no foul. Because a lot of you people have a lot of Mexican friends that you grew up with. A lot of you have shared homes with Mexicans. And, you know, we have this saying that says, no molestan los que llegan y no importan los que se van. In other words, the ones that show up, you know, that want to march, we're not bothered by it. And the ones that don't, we don't need you. But there's a lot of black people who have Mexicans in their family. Now, some of them might not be Mexicans, but they have, you know, Mexican daughters, Mexican sons. And you're going to try to tell them that they're only black. You're going to try to feed that to them when these Mexican babies that you have are born on their own indigenous continent. You know? Yeah, you may be proud of the, you know, the stuff that, because Mexico did have a Creole as a president, you know. But anyhow, we don't need Republicans or Democrats. We need our own political parties. Stay tuned for more information.